I'm Joe.
And I'm Ben.
And we're the Bourbon Boys. Let's pour a glass. Welcome back to the Bourbon Boys. We are down in the hills of eastern Kentucky on our family land, and like I said, this is probably not fair to the other bourbons that we do at home, because let's be honest, when you're down around a campfire in the hills of bourbon country, it just tastes better.
Just tastes better.
It's where it was meant to be drank. It's where it was born and where it's meant to be drank.
That's right.
Now, we have had some technical difficulties, so you can see we've already got some poured because we've already done
We already did all this
filming, and somebody may have forgotten to press the record button. We're not going to point a lot of fingers, but it might be somebody with a beer day.
Yeah.
But
a sweet beer day.
We already have a little bit of bourbon poured.
Yeah.
But before we get going here, so I'm going to show you this cool little thing right here that we're going to do it a little bit later. And now we got a helicopter going over, which is bizarre. But my wife's cousin, Greg, who doesn't really drink bourbon at all, but he does work metal, among other things, and he made us a kick-ass
sweet
a brand with our logo on it. So I'm going to stick this in the fire back there, and we're going to be branding some stuff a little bit later.
You'll see it later.
Because we can.
That's right.
We have a brand. We'll stick it in there. Oh yeah.
That's going to be awesome.
So we're going to brand some stuff in a little bit. But for now, let's get to the bourbon. And tonight we have a classic, Early Times.
Yep.
Which has a kind of a long, storied history, which we won't really go into too much tonight. We're going to talk about a little bit about their recent history. So for quite a while they were Brown-Forman, owned the name and produced this. It's a high corn mash bill. It's like a 79% corn, I think 11 rye and 10 malted barley. And but it is recently sold to Sazerac, which is the parent company for Buffalo Trace and Barton and some other number of other companies. So this one here, this bottle is I bought in 2020, so I'm pretty sure this was probably a Brown-Forman one. But so I don't know what's going to happen with it now that it's owned by Sazerac. So we'll see. But for right now, if you can still get a bottle of this, I don't know. Oh, good deal. I forgot because we've already done this once. I got to try to remember. This is $25 for a liter, which makes this specifically it's like $18.75 for so $19 essentially for a $7.50 bottle, which to me is a deal. I mean, I would put this in the budget bourbon range
for sure
if it's worth anything. And as you can see, it's possible we have sampled this.
May have had some
or
already.
Twice, and this is probably not even my first bottle of this. So, I may have had some other bottles, but
so yeah, I mean, when we tried this originally, you know, we already have some ice in here, and it's been melting. But we said, you know, anyone who would try this that kind of is familiar with bourbon would say that's a good bourbon. That's
just
pretty good.
Solid. There's nothing about it. It's not like some where you get really strong, the deep fruits, or you know, the really strong caramel. It's a lot of classic bourbon flavors that just blend together very nice. Nothing knocks your socks off. It's a bottled in bond, so it's 100 proof, and it delivers a nice finish. It delivers a nice flavor profile. It's a nice bourbon to drink. So I guess we're just going to go right into this, but it's like an everyday, for an everyday drinker, this one is really nice. And like I said, since we've drank this many times before, we're not going to cut away and finish this, but to me, like I said, this is one, like I said, if I see a bottle of it in Ohio, you can't get it all the time. You can't just go in the store and buy it. It pops up a few times a year, 4, 5, 6 times a year. If you see a bottle at $25, I would recommend getting it. This can be a staple in your bar, and anybody that comes over, whether it's a novice to bourbon or somebody that's been drinking bourbon for 30 years, they're going to appreciate this bottle, I believe, and at least be able to enjoy it, and the price on it you can't beat. So to me, flavor wise, I'm going to give this solid 3. I think a solid 3. This is just a classic good bourbon.
Nothing too crazy about it.
Nothing gonna knock your socks off, but it's really good. And for that price point, I'm gonna give it a 4.5 on the value, because I just don't know that you can get under $20 for a bottle, essentially.
Yeah, I mean,
I don't know that you're finding a better one out there under 20. There's some that right at the $20 mark or a little bit above the $20 mark, but you get under $20, I don't know that you can find a better one. Really.
Yeah. I mean, I totally agree. The taste is just, it's pretty good. I mean, you're not going to find too much better in this price range. So I'm going to go for a 3.5 for the flavor, and then definitely a 4 on that value. I'm thinking in my head, Old Granddad Ballin' and Bond. We both like that one. That comes in $7.50.
And that's $20.
And that's $20
it's
right
$21
there.
right there.
You're getting more for what, a couple bucks more?
Yeah.
This is great. It's a great value.
It's a little better value. They're both in the same ballpark, but
Yeah.
it's a few dollars cheaper than the Old Granddad, which I also think is one that you should have. That one is one you can find at pretty much any place you go to.
Yeah.
So those are two that I would consider great everyday drinkers, and they're not going to break the bank. So.
For sure.
As always, well, we're going to tell you what, we are going to cut away, and when that
Check out the
brand gets hot, we're going to brand something. Piece of wood, not Brand's butt. We're not really going to.
No, yeah, that was a joke.
Did I say that on this one or the other one?
I don't know. We're a mess
I don't
tonight.
know which
We're a mess.
episode.
That's all right.
But we're going to sit here, and we are going to finish these off.
Definitely.
And we're going to watch the bats that are flying around here eating bugs. There's at least a half a dozen of them, I think. And sit back and enjoy this. And until next time, thanks for tuning in. And if you got any suggestions, any comments, anything at all, we'd love to hear from you. So thanks for watching, guys.
See ya.